A 27-year-old software engineer in Austin makes $142,000 a year. He drives a used Civic. He has $3,400 in his checking account. And last Tuesday, he cried in his car in a Target parking lot because he couldn't figure out why he felt broke. This is the story almost nobody is telling you about Gen Z and wealth in America right now. Not the TikTok version. Not the finance influencer version, the real one. Because here's what nobody wants to admit out loud. The generation with the most access to information about money in human history is also the most financially anxious generation that has ever lived. And if you're between 25 and 45 right now, you already know something is off. You've felt it. You make more than your parents made at your age, but somehow you have less. You're doing everything right, and you're still falling behind. I'm going to tell you exactly why that's happening. I'm going to tell you what a 31-year-old nurse in Phoenix did that changed her entire financial trajectory in 18 months. And I'm going to tell you the one thing about compounding that nobody on YouTube explains correctly, a thing that, once you see it, you cannot unsee. But first, we need to talk about the trap. The trap works like this. You get your first real paycheck around 23 or 24. Maybe you land a good corporate job, maybe a tech role, maybe a union job that pays better than you expected. The money hits your account, and something strange happens inside your brain. You feel rich for about 11 minutes. Then you realize rent is $2,100, your car payment is $450, your student loans are $380s, your phone bill is $90, and groceries somehow cost more than your college tuition per semester. By the 15th of the month, you are back to refreshing your bank app with the same sick feeling you had when you were making $14 an hour in college. So you tell yourself a story. The story goes, I just need to make more. And you start chasing the next raise, the next title, the next job hop. And here's the cruel part. It works. You do make more. You go from $60K to $85K to $110K to $140K. And at every single level, you feel exactly as broke as you did before. This phenomenon has a name. Economists call it lifestyle creep. But that term is too soft. It doesn't capture what's actually happening to you. What's actually happening is that you are running on a treadmill designed by people who figured out something terrifying about human psychology a long time ago. That the feeling of being rich is almost entirely relative, and that a consumer economy requires you to never arrive. Morgan Housel wrote about this beautifully in The Psychology of Money when he said that wealth is what you don't see. The car's not bought. The upgrades not taken. The Ubers not called. Wealth is invisible by definition, which is exactly why it's so hard to build, because everything in your environment is screaming at you to make your money visible. Now let me tell you about Maya. Maya is 31. She's a registered nurse in Phoenix. 3 years ago, she was making $78,000 a year and had $600 in savings. She told me she used to cry about money the way other people cry about breakups. Quietly, in the shower, hoping nobody heard. In August of 2022, she did something that sounds almost insulting in how simple it is. She opened a second bank account at a completely different bank. A bank without an app on her phone. A bank with no debit card. And she set up an automatic transfer of $400 from every paycheck into that account. Not 20%, not some optimized number from a spreadsheet, just $400, an amount that hurt a little but didn't break her. 18 months later, she had $19,200 sitting in that account, earning 4.8% in a high-yield savings account. But here's what actually changed her life. It wasn't the money. It was what the money did to her brain. For the first time in her adult life, she had walked away money. She had a number of months she could survive if everything fell apart. And the moment she had that number, she started negotiating differently at work. She asked for a raise she would never have asked for before. She got it. Then she switched hospitals for a $14,000 bump she would have been too scared to chase. Then she opened a Roth IRA and started maxing it. She didn't get rich. She got something better. She got leverage. And this is the part about building wealth as a Gen Z American that almost nobody explains correctly. Wealth is not primarily about investing. It's not about picking the right stocks. It's not about real estate or side hustles or drop shipping or whatever your algorithm is selling you this week. Wealth, at the level you and I are talking about, is about one thing: buying your way out of desperation. Desperation is what makes you take the bad job. Desperation is what makes you stay in the toxic relationship. Desperation is what makes you sign the lease you can't afford because you need somewhere to live next week. Every single bad financial decision you have ever made was made from a position of desperation. And the first real wealth move, before any investment, before any index fund, before any compounding calculator, is killing your own desperation. Now here's the compounding thing I promised you. Everyone on YouTube shows you the same chart, the one where you invest $500 a month starting at 25 and you have 1.4 million at 65. And then they shrug and say, compounding, as if you didn't already know, as if that chart was supposed to change your life. But that chart never changes anyone's life, and I'll tell you why. Because compounding mathematically does almost nothing for the first 7 to 10 years. It's a flat line. It's boring. It's painful. You put in $6,000 a year for 5 years, you have $34,000, and the growth is $4,000, and you think, this is not going to work, and you quit. What the chart doesn't show you is that compounding is not a financial phenomenon, it's an identity phenomenon. The person you become over those boring 10 years, the person who automatically saves, who doesn't panic when markets drop, who has a system instead of a vibe, that person is who makes the money. The money is just the receipt. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, but the real wonder is what happens to a human being who commits to a boring system for long enough to see it start working. James Clear wrote in Atomic Habits that you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Nowhere is that more true than money. Your income will not save you. Your raises will not save you. Your bonus will not save you. Only your system will save you because your system is the only thing in your financial life that doesn't get tired, doesn't get distracted, and doesn't get talked out of doing the right thing by a sale at Lululemon. So what's the actual move? Here it is, no filler. Automate before you touch it. If you have to decide every month whether to save, you've already lost. Willpower is not a financial strategy. Build the walkaway fund first. Before you invest $1 in stocks, build 6 months of expenses in a separate bank. Not because a financial advisor told you to, because the day you have that money is the day you stop being controlled by your paycheck. Then, and only then, start investing in low-cost index funds. Boring, consistent, automated. And you leave it alone for 20 years the way you'd leave a plant alone to grow, because checking it every day is how it dies. And the last thing, and this is the thing that took me the longest to learn: increase the gap. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is the only number that matters in your entire financial life. Every raise you get, 50% of it goes to lifestyle, 50% of it goes to the gap. That's how you actually win. Not by earning more, not by spending less, by widening the gap on purpose every single year for a decade. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not bad with money. You are a normal human being with a normal brain that was never designed to handle Amazon one-click ordering and Instagram wealth porn, and a financial system that profits from your anxiety. The fact that you are watching this, thinking about this, trying to figure this out at 25 or 30 or 38, that already puts you ahead of 90% of people your age. The trap is real, but the exit is simple, not easy, simple. Kill the desperation, build the system, widen the gap, let boring compound into freedom. That nurse in Phoenix? She just bought her first house, cash down payment, no panic, no desperation, just a system that ran while she slept. You can build that too, starting with the next paycheck.